Hi, thanks for watching in replay. I am Cindy with Runs with Scissors and Cards, Chalk, Runs with Scissors and Chalk, and I am here tonight. We're going to find out how much you like lilacs, and I have some, this is part of the Botanical set that I started working with yesterday, and this is what, just smidge out of my reach. This is what we worked with yesterday. We put the heaven and this very delicate flower, which came with a set of 3 flowers. I'm going to continue tonight with the lilacs, and I needed a larger surface, which I picked up today. I have a found surface for us. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you guys down. Hi, Christine. Hi, Mom. Hi, Carol. The gang's all here. All right, let's see. I did play with this earlier to make sure that I'm on there. And I think you see the whole image. Today, on a field trip I made to Hobby Lobby, which is not super close to me, so it really is an expedition to go there. Anyway, I really like the surface. I've not worked on anything that's a brown background. I've worked on a lot of the farm frames where the edges are dark and then the surface is either dark or white, but this is going to be something different, and I think we're going to like it. And this was the big transfer I showed yesterday, and it says lilacs, and I want to work in this the statement by Henry David Thoreau in there, and also this little just design element that came with the set. And I think what I want to do is trying to see if what I want to do, I pulled my comments up, so I'm going to try something a little different so I'm not trying to read upside down. Hi, Mary Kay. Hi, Paula. And we'll see how this works. Hi, Pam. So I want to do the little design at the bottom, the little design at the top, just a top and bottom. I'd like to add the sentiment on here in white, and then go ahead and add this to the body of the frame, and do like a kind of a make it messy technique where we blend some colors to give us some color for the leaves and for the flowers. Now the flowers, if you look at them, the white, there's a very finite amount of color that's going to come from this. So when we pull it, we'll decide at that point, but I'm thinking maybe I might need to go back and do a little bit of watercolor to fill in those flowers. We'll see. I've not used this, so this is all new, and we'll check it out. And while I have you here, the word down here, which in my mind, this is like a scientific name for this flower because it's a figure 62. But when I look this up, this is just a Latin word. Anybody know what it means? Where are my Latin students? Hi, Maria Long. Where are my Latin? Anybody pull their Latin from high school? Not really a pop quiz here. It means beautiful. So I could not find a flower. Actually, in the other flower I did yesterday, the same thing. The word really isn't the type of flower, which is what I was thinking it was. Let me see. I do see my comments here. All right. So let's start with this little doodad. Actually, I need to pull everything off quickly and buff. I did wax. I waxed before you guys came on. And I'm gonna do just a quick wipe the surface, get any excess wax off. This is my craft towel. Nothing fancy. Half the time I use old kitchen towels for this. All right, and I want this guy, and I'm gonna use the edge as a marker to kind of help guide me. And I'm going to go for center. Center mass. I didn't fuzz this, but let's see, just in case. Doesn't seem overly sticky, so it's kind of a good thing. All right, and I'm going to do that in white. I'm going to do the words in white also. I have lots of different color choices to talk about. So just a little dab will do ya. Let's see if I can pull that all the way across. Almost. Okay. Looks good. All right, let's pop that up. I'm gonna do one at the top. Okay, just a very slight, just a little bit of detail. And as long as I didn't get the paste on the back of it, this should come out just fine. But you know there's always a way to fix it if we did. There's always, where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, so I've got two little delicate designs into the water bath this goes. I want next, I want the sentiment. And again, I'm gonna fuzz. The fuzz is in my lap right now. I'm just gonna fuzz on my knee. I know you can't see it, but I am doing it. Okay, and I want the sentiment pretty darn close to that. I am gonna go over it with the flower stem. And I should be pretty, I'm using my fingers just to check my measurement. I think it looks pretty good. All right, a lot more paste because I have more space, a greater distance to go. Yeah, I checked, I looked him up. I'm not very familiar. I knew the name, but I didn't know what he wrote. But the other cool fact I found, he's buried next to Louise May Alcott, which I didn't know. Kind of interesting. In some Massachusetts cemetery. Okay. Let's pull that. All right, looks pretty. Can you guys see it? All right, and all right, so I need to let that dry. I'm gonna move my backings out of the way. Now for this flower, I took a piece of painter's tape and it was more than an inch from the side, and you'll see what I'm doing in a second. For somebody who doesn't have hair, I get hair everywhere. I'm just using this to give myself a little bit of a border on this side, because this side's gonna have that border, but this side's gonna go right up to the edge, and I wanna kind of leave a fake, fake seam on that side, just for visual purposes. Let's pull this out. grabbed a bunch of blues, but I'm thinking I might need to, lilacs are purple, right? They're like a pinky purple. Okay, and this is a big transfer. Here's a big transfer. And actually, I'm going to slide this out for a sec, just because I don't want to lose anything. You stay. I'm going to lay this down, and we're going to fuzz upside down. So this way, it's easier to work with. And you can see my lint getting stuck to it, which is, see my finger getting stuck to it? The lint's what we want. Just enough lint so it doesn't adhere to the point where I can't get it off the project, because that's bad. Say the word. Say what word? Lilac? What word am I saying? And who knows, Mary Kay, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. So, no telling. I'll give you that. All right. So, let me make sure this is dry before I start sticking stuff on here. And actually, before I do that, I want to, because I am going to go over some of those words. Here's my wax can. What did I just had it by my feet. And what did I do with it? No telling. Well, we're going to use this one. All right, now so I'm guesstimating that the stem's going to cross over right in here, and I'm going to wax just a small spot. I don't want to do the whole thing because I don't think I'm going to need it. Okay. Hopefully that's enough. And hopefully I've got it in the right spot. All right, here we go. Oops, I just stuck my fingers in the white. I think that might be a first. Silly me. All right, so I was thinking I was gonna do blue, but lilacs really are like a purple, a pinky purple. And I'm gonna mix the pink and purple. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we like it. I'm gonna do the flowers, the bits of flowers. I'm gonna pull it, let it sit, and then put it back down. The Latin word. Oh, I can't say the Latin word here. Can you see it? Right there. It's P-U-T-C-H-R-I-tude. Pulchritude, tudo. Did that help you? You practicing your Latin? All right, I am gonna get rid of the white because I just stuck my finger in it and I'm not planning to use it again. And this will keep me from sticking my elbow in it. So, let's see. I have 2 more squeegees. So I'm going to use, I think this is This is Peony, which is a bright pink. And I've not used this in a while. I never had girls, so I have 2 sons, so pink, my world was never pink. I have 2 nieces, which I was very thrilled to have a little pink, to be able to go buy pink. And then one of the 2 didn't like pink, she liked purple. So I didn't ever shop that pink aisle in the toy store. We were trucks and motorcycles and Legos and Tonka things. Swords, weapons. Something about boys and their swords. Okay, so there's a pretty big difference between these 2. I'm hoping I can blend them in some fashion that's going to look nice on the, as the flowers go. All right. Let's see. I'm going to mix them out here and just do, actually, I'm just going to blend them. Okay. Might have been a little bit in the leaf, but that's okay. And then, oh, there was this piece of it too, because my idea popped in. This actually looks like my crepe myrtle. Those little, gets those little balls on the back of it. So I'm not sure. I did have a lilac tree at one point. I don't anymore. All right, so here we go. You ready? I'm just making it messy. Actually, sometimes these turn out to be my best pieces. All right, do we have any other flowers anywhere? All right, let me grab a paper towel because this can't go back in either of my paste containers. It's wasted paste. And I'm just gonna pull it off. I need to pick up the excess. So who knows what we have here, girls and guys, if Tim's here. I talked to him earlier. Okay, let's see. So, will we look like lilacs is the question. All right, let's pull this. It's pretty. I do think I am going to have to go back and watercolor in those blooms, just the way the design is. Carol can conjugate I love. Mary Kay likes the technique. Thank you. All right, so let's put this baby back down. These spaces back down. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing with greens. Let me get the purple and the pink out of the way. Into the water bath. The purple's Regal. We used Regal, I don't know, a couple weeks ago on a bunch of things. It seemed like the whole week I did purple things. And it is a very pretty color. It's very bold. Yes, I do like this technique too. And sometimes it comes up with my best stuff. My best creations. The only thing is you can't ever repeat it. Or exactly repeat it. All right, into the water bath. So now I'm gonna do the same sort of thing with green. I have meadow and I have sage. So try to give some, instead of just having one color throughout all my leaves, I'm gonna try to mix it up a little bit and add a little dimension to my design. And again, I'm just gonna it's kind of interesting. This stem almost looks like it goes backwards. Okay. All right, so there's meadow. And this is sage. And sage is much thicker, and I think I'm gonna water it down just a smidge. Let's hit it with some distilled water. You think it's gonna turn out super? Good. I like the vote of confidence. Thank you. If it doesn't, it's never the end of the world, is it? Like, something's better. And sometimes it's funny because I'll like it. It'll be okay. And other people love it. Whatever it is. It's always kind of funny to me. Not haha, just interesting. Oops, dripped on my hand. Okay, I think I have plenty of paste up there. Let's use one of the larger squeegees, which is really a small, but and the more I squiggle it, and it always reminds me of the lady on QVC or whatever channel she's on, that she paints. She makes the pretty flowers with her paintbrush. She puts white and purple together. I can't think of her name. What's Bob Ross? I wasn't thinking of him, but sometimes I think of him when I'm making little trees. It's a happy little tree. Okay. All right, so there you have it. And now it's time to pick it up, and the same thing as before, because it's a blending of colors. I could save it for another project if I knew I was going to use this color green, but I don't know that I am, or when I will. I'm not going to chalk the name because it's going to be in the statement that he had. All right. Let's see. I don't know if you can see where I didn't pick up enough of the ink. All right, so this is going to fit in it's going to be a struggle, so it might take me a second to get this into the basket, into the water bin. But here we go. Okay. All right, face down into the water bin. All right. Make sure I got it all wet. That's the wood. I'm tilting it just so I can see it. It's interesting. I am going to have to go back and color these in. All right, I'm going to peel this off. But see how I gave myself an edge on both sides? That's what I was trying to do there. And yes, this technique is fun. These flowers are the other ones too, they're very detailed, but it really misses, it needs something in here. Let me see, let me get a little bit of pink And I had one of those little cups, but I know I left it near the sink. I didn't grab it. Let me see if I can grab one. One's in my reach. Oh, here they are. They are right here. So these are the little trays you can get. They're not expensive, and they're just like little, they remind me of Chinese food plates. But they're kind of handy for mixing colors. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do them in the pink with the paintbrush. Because I think they need something. And I don't want to disturb the outside. So I just put a little bit of paste in here. I'm going to mix it with the water and make a paint. I hadn't planned to do this technique, but what does it say? Thank you, it's gorgeous, thank you. What does, Carol? It needs more in the stencil. Yes, well that's just the design of it. So it is just the outline of it. And let's see if I can't add a little bit to this. And actually, do you remember I said yesterday with the other stencil that the lady, that's what she had done. She had watercolored on watercolor paper. So I don't want to use the purple because then I'll lose any of this definition that I have. I don't want it too wet. I have no idea. These are little... Do these look like lilacs? I'm gonna have to go look at a lilac up close. Do I need more purple? Or you think the pink with the purple accent is cutting it? You guys had the better view. No? Need more? Mom says no. No what, Mom? Do these look like lilacs? No, they don't, do they? Oh, that's what it's called, lilac. Maybe there are different species of them. At first I thought it was a hydrangea, but it's not even, you know, detailed, bushy enough for a hydrangea. Snowball bush. So this isn't taking long, so. I do like this tray, this frame though, it's beautiful. I love the beaded work. Let's see, is there any other flower buds I missed? See how simple that was to make a watercolor? I'm gonna color this pink just because I colored it purple. Anyway, ta-da! It's a happy little tree. All right, I'm gonna tilt it so I can take a look. I think it's pretty. And I like that the sentiment and the flower blend together. Lilacs are more purple than pink. I think mine were like a light purple. I'm gonna bring you back up. Make sure I don't knock any of my colors off. Lilacs look much like the crepe myrtle, but that's what I said about this piece. It looks kind of like my crepe myrtle. But yes, by coloring it in, that was the trick. It needed to be colored in. It needed to be colored in. So they're kind of a light purple. That doesn't look lilac color. I thought that looked my lilac color. Anyway, all right, folks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna run with. I got some background pieces, surfaces to work on. I'm gonna run with the flowers. I have a couple more things I want to take care of, and I will see you tomorrow night at 9:30. All right, take care. Have a great evening. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.